What's up, guys? This is Kephas. It was kind of funny because this is an example of how, it's hard. Like, you got to look from different perspectives at things. Like, if, like, say someone was like, I'm deaf and I hate, like, they were agreeing with the voice chat in video games should be disabled because, whatever, because people are mean, I guess, or people say mean things. And someone said, well, I'm deaf and I agree because being deaf, I can't hear voice chat. And so I am at a disadvantage, right? And I'm like, that sucks. I mean, that is true. You don't have access to voice chat. But then you have someone like me who is visually impaired, and having voice chat helps me with my disadvantage, which is because of my vision. So when I'm playing Overwatch, for example, and my wife, who's playing Mercy, says, "Hey, Reaper's back here behind you," and I can turn around as Reinhardt and smash Reaper in the face. I'm now being being told Reaper's there where I otherwise probably didn't see them. Not because other people probably would have seen him, but I didn't because I have a vision problem. So if you disable voice chat, then you put me at a disadvantage. So it's one of those situations where, I guess someone's always going to be disadvantaged. That's why you had to think about, different perspectives. You know what I mean? And so, I remember when I first joined my guild with AIE, and I remember I love doing dungeons in Vent all the time. We were doing Utgard Pinnacle, and we were fighting the I forget what his name is. He's the one on the blue drake in Utgard Pinnacle, where he throws fire down on the ground, and it's on one side and then it's on the other side, and you got to move out of the way. And especially when I'm new to something, I definitely have a harder time finding out what's going on because of my vision. Once I kind of have an idea, I know where to look, and it makes it easier. But I would have trouble with that fight because I wouldn't know which side he was coming on until it was too late, and then I would die, or I would take a lot of damage, and my healers would have to heal me up, and it was very stressful. Well, when I joined Vent, with some friends in my guild, hey, if someone doesn't mind, I would really appreciate it if I could get a couple call-outs for that fight, because, it'll help me know which side to go on, that kind of thing, and I won't die. And they were like, absolutely. And they gave me the call. Like, they would, call, he's coming left, move to the right, that kind of thing. And that's actually kind of how I made a bunch of friends, is through that, because they're like, you're visually impaired, and you play this, you do so well, it's really cool, and then it opened up a conversation, not about me, just introducing me, and people liked me and that kind of thing, and that's kind of how that happened. But voice chat in many ways helped me become a better player. It gave me a lot of confidence. It introduced me to more things about the game that I could get into and enjoy, and that kind of stuff. So there are always different perspectives to look at when it comes to those types of arguments. Generally speaking, though, I don't feel like it's ever good to just outright, because one person has a bad experience with something, I don't think that the right thing to do is to take that away from everyone. You know what I mean? I think that's the problem. And I guess, like, when it comes to competitions, well, if I don't use it, and other people do use it, then I'm at a disadvantage. Well, it's like, well, I think when it comes to human interactions to a degree, you have to just take the bad with the good, and that's just the way it is. And if you have someone that's really bad, mute them and move on. That's what you do with that situation. But and that's a good example again of this is something I talked about in like a very early episode on here, where I don't like when people use disabilities as a shield to push some goal that they have. Like voice chat should be removed because it puts me at a disadvantage because I'm deaf. It's like, well, but it helps other people that have other disabilities. So, which side do you like? Who do you want to disadvantage? You know what I mean? Like, so those arguments don't work because there's always a counter argument. There's always like another side to that story, and people are always going to jump to whatever side fits their goal or their. I know the word narrative gets used a lot, but it's frustrating because it's like you're not trying to do it because you're trying to help someone who's disabled. That's not what you care about. You're doing it for some other reason, and that's just because people do that kind of thing. And honestly, a lot of times people. I feel like they like the feeling of, like, I guess canceling something. You know what I mean? Like, whether it's voice, like I got voice chat removed from Overwatch or whatever game. Like I did that, and now no one gets to have voice chat. There are people out there that are like that. Like they relish that idea. They love that idea. There was I can give you an example in the town I live in. So this is kind of weird, but there was this old family that would take photos outside of the grocery store. It's weird. I live in kind of a southern area, so this is weird. It's just something like, so you could, when you had a kid, like a baby or something, you could like put them up on a horse, and they would take photos, and you could buy a photo for like $10 or whatever. And like everybody I know did that. Everybody. I did it like when I was a baby. I have photos of myself. I have photos of my sister. My wife did it when she was a baby. Her whole family did it. Like, it was just a thing that people did. Been doing it for like 20 or 30 years. So one day, like this past year, somebody on Facebook was bragging about how they went into the grocery store and complained about the horse outside that looked miserable. And like they were like, this horse is being mistreated. It looks miserable. I'm offended that this horse is here. And the horse was fine. Like, it was just the way the horse looked. It's a healthy horse. Like, the company's been doing it forever. They obviously they have like follow regulations and everything. They take care of their animals. And then just because one person complained, the grocery store banned the horse from ever being allowed to come there and do it again. They've been doing it for over 40 plus years, and just because one person got upset, they weren't even upset. Like, there's no way that person could actually care, but they were on Facebook bragging about how they put an end to someone's business. And and it's an example of just the mentality that some people have. Like, they get joy out of just getting someone banned from a video game. There are people out there that's what they just want to see, somebody get banned. They just want to see somebody, I don't know why. It's just a thing now. And so, I'm sure sometimes it may come from actual frustration with something, and maybe sometimes it's even reasonable to do it because people can be really nasty or whatever. But a lot of times, it's just people relish it. They enjoy the ability to ruin somebody else's experience or fun, or ability to do something at any cost. And that's kind of how I see it. And I don't ever want to be one of those people. I've addressed people that when it comes to my vision, for example, I've addressed people that were over the line or were being disrespectful, confronted people, and there's a time to do that. Most of the time, though, I've learned that it's just like the less power you give people, the less effective they are, and the less gratification they are able to have, and and they don't win. Sometimes, they're like, some people, just like there are people that relish for no reason just seeing somebody's experience end, or just being able to mess up somebody's ability to do something or whatever. There are also people that just get joy out of knowing that they got to you. You know what I mean? And sometimes by making a big deal out of it, you give them exactly what they want. I guess they call that feeding the troll, right? Again, not every situation is going to be the same. Like, there could be someone that's going to come in and say, well, what about this situation? Are you saying that this person should have just been allowed to, do whatever horrible thing they did? It's like, nah, it's a case by case basis. And it's not like every situation is the same. Sometimes there are probably a lot of farmers out there that do need to be reported because of their mistreatment of animals. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It's just that it's not always the case. Sometimes people just get, falsely accused of things, and then for no reason at all, their business comes to an end. Some people get falsely accused in the game, and for no reason at all, their account gets banned. Happens all the time. There have been people that have been mass flagged on YouTube that lost their channel. Not because they did anything bad or said anything particularly horrible. It's just because enough people decided they didn't like that person, and now they're not on YouTube anymore. It happens all the time. I don't like it. I've never been a fan of that. And then, so that's, I would rally against that kind of thing. And even and again, that's coming from someone who has dealt with plenty of, people's nonsense. Okay, what are we looking for here? Okay, so some of these guys are counting and some of them are not. So look at how much we have leveled up. We are now level 89. We will probably not even have to leave or go to anywhere besides the Jade Forest because of how much we are leveling up, which is kind of crazy. I might even stick around here for just a bit longer. No, and what am I talking about? No, I'm not. Because the next area is freaking Warlords of Draenor, and we're going to go there and like fly through the game. Like, I didn't even have to go around here and gather treasures. I probably would have leveled up even faster if I had. I got one treasure, which is kind of funny because there's like there's a bunch of treasures here that I could totally have gotten. But that wouldn't be fun to watch, would it? Just me flying around Pandaria, picking up items. Getting hurt, I might die. These guys are hitting me harder. I probably need to look at my armor and make sure that I am, like, all geared up properly. But just watching that XP bar fill up so fast is hilarious. Jeez. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, we're going to keep going here for a little bit longer. But anyway, yeah, we'll talk about something else now. I don't know. I guess I just felt like I had to get that out there, get that off my chest. I don't like to talk about things like that too often. I hope you guys understand, where I'm coming from and no one gets upset. If you do, sorry, man, we can just agree to disagree. And feel free, obviously you can share your comments, but we all have our opinions and that kind of thing, and I'm cool with people having different ones than mine. That is fine. That is A-okay, and I hope we all understand where we are all coming from. And we don't have to cancel each other because we disagree. That's for sure. But either way, let's see if we can find any more of these goons. Nope. See, this is one of those quests that's just like, hey, you got to kill these guys? Well, we're going to have like 2 of them here, and the rest are going to be everything else. Which is fine, though, because we'll just kill whatever. So we don't have rested XP anymore, so obviously killing these enemies is not going to give us nearly as much as it was. Seeing the numbers not be quite as big, but turning in quests is still going to give us a ton of experience. So the Winds of Wisdom, for sure. I also keep looking down and seeing all these icons popping up. I do apologize. I keep forgetting to turn that off. Actually, I'm pretty sure I turned that off after like one of my episodes, and it just keeps coming back. So I don't know what LVUI is doing. Or if it's like some extension I added, but either way, I guess it could be useful for some people if they want to keep track of their cooldowns. Yeah, so if you're seeing a bunch of icons on the bottom right of or bottom left of my screen, yeah, it's an LVUI thing. So that's cool, I guess. But okay, we need to kill 5 more of these guys, and then we will move on. Honestly, I could probably just go around and pick up a couple treasures and then call it a day, but we're gonna at least finish this quest. And then we will see what's going on. I can't believe that like we leveled up that fast. It's kind of crazy. Pandaria, you tend to level up fast anyways. I don't know. I guess the quests are really close together. But yeah. Well, if we'll ever find any of these guys, there's one. They kind of tend to hang out in the field, not so much the path. I feel like somehow, I guess. But yeah, so we got 6 out of 10. You know what? It's just me killing these guys, which is fun. It's whatever. Oh, whoop. There we go. Let's see. There might be one down there. Yeah, I think they tend to... Oh yeah, look, here we go. Now I found some. Boom. Use that multi-shot. Holy crap, I pulled a lot of guys here. That's fine, though. We'll kill them all. This is hilarious. If this was classic, I would be a dead man right now. I would be like long dead and hopeless, and it'd be done for. It's fine. We got 44% level up pretty quickly. I love it. All right, let's see. We gotta find 1 or 2 more, I think. Maybe they'll be down here. Probably not. Doesn't look like it. Unless I'm kind of getting out of the... Oh, there's one. Hi. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for, like, walking to me. You're making the quest even easier for me. Okay, we gotta get 1 more. Let's see if we can find one. Somehow. Oh, there we go. Yep, they just keep running to me. I think they're, like, running down to fight those guys. I'm like, nah. Nah, fam. I'm here. I'm not gonna let you do that. I need the quest objective. Here we go. Cool. Yeah, actually, what's funny is this is about where I stopped. There's a couple more quests that I can do over here, but this is the area where the quest that I can't do very well happens, and so I just kind of like move on from here. So anyway, we did a lot. We killed a bunch, guys. We got a lot of experience. I'll go around and pick up a couple treasure chests. That won't be fun to watch. That'll get me to the next level, and then we will move on to Warlords of Draenor on the next episode. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know by clicking that like button. And feel free to share it with your friends so they can enjoy it as well. Don't forget, you can subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to be notified as soon as new videos are posted. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and if you'd like, you can support this channel on Patreon. Links to all of this can be found in the description below. This is Kephas. Until next time.